Chicago in the first half.
Mr. Springs. It's surprising, or maybe it's not so surprising, that the whole free agent situation in Chicago, trying to lure free agents here, has been a lot tougher than the organization expected.
Tyronn Lue buries a three from outside. Now, a lot of free agents were like, yeah, we'd love to come play in Chicago. Where's number 23?
Well, I mean, just look at the bait that's out there for the free agents. You figure that the greatest player of all time really was almost run out of the organization. What does that say? If you're a free agent coming in, that's got to be pretty intimidating.
That's a good point. Stackhouse to beat the buzzer, and does. And a Washington Wizards now, 3 seconds left. Robinson beats the buzzer, but can't find the iron. And Washington finished with a flourish and pulled to within 3, a 9-1 run. Bill Cartwright can't believe what happened to his double-digit lead. And right now, the Bulls have been strong in the paint, even with a 3-point lead.
Well, it was the lack of defense early on by the Wizards, as you saw. Crawford able to make it to the middle. Donyell Marshall using that length. And here he is again, dominating inside.
There's certain things in life that you can stop, and there's certain things in life that can't be stopped. Let's go.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. Jordan off the spin to the scoop. Oh, a spectacular move by Michael Jordan. There's Jordan for 3. Yes! Michael indicating he can't believe it. 2, now to 1. Here's Jordan. Yes! It is all over.
Michael Jordan's final appearance here in Chicago, and Sean Elliott, my partner, the top 5 that you have played against, and Michael Jordan right on top.
Well, Michael would be the top 3, but Aaron Owens, the producer, wouldn't let me have him as a top 3. Magic Johnson, obviously one of the great ones. Hakeem Olajuwon, and you know, the surprise there probably at that forward spot is James Worthy, with apologies to Chris Mullins and Dominique Wilkins. Those guys were tremendous, but James Worthy and Magic, what a combination.
And I'm sure Bill Wennington would have made the list if you were allowed to have a Canadian.
A Canadian, exactly.
Fizer in a crowd. Boy, gets it up quickly at Kwame Brown, plus the foul.
Washington foul, Kwame Brown.
Fizer using that strength at 6'8", 260, and he's built like a tank. He's just physical down low. Does a great job cutting to the bucket, goes up with the kind of strength and power that you need to finish in the lane.
And converts the 3-point play to get it quickly up to a 6-point lead again. Washington keeps getting this thing down close, and the Bulls have responded every time. Tyronn Lue picked up by Brunson. Stackhouse trying to lose Robinson. Laettner is open from the baseline. Shot is good.
Now, Laettner's putting on a performance. He's taking advantage of every opportunity the defense is giving him. They're giving him those open 15, 18 footers. He's stepping up and knocking them down.
Laettner with 17 points, averaging just 7 over the course of this season thus far. Fizer now wants to go around Kwame Brown. The big bump goes up strong, no good. Laettner had the rebound, lost it. It comes right to Fizer, and he drops it in.
You know, he gets that ball back, but I would prefer, if you're going to penetrate and come with some power, use the glass. The glass is your friend on that move. Guys are trying to put it up with touch and not use the glass. Extremely difficult shot.
Laettner doesn't graze anything that time, and Jalen Rose cut off by Tyronn Lue. Fizer wants it, and right now he's schooling young Kwame Brown down there. He's just got, I mean, Brown's taller, obviously, but Fizer's got too much bulk for Kwame down in the block right now.
Marcus Fizer, if he's so strong and powerful, you can't get caught up wrestling a guy like that in the block. You need to release contact and then try to get around him if that's what your purpose is. That time he does a beautiful job of sealing the youngster. He's taking advantage of him.
Christian Laettner remains hot. Fizer 7 points in this quarter. are all 7 for the Bulls, so he's been the guy they've gone to down there, and he has Kwame Brown again shield and again scores. That's a matchup that Doug Collins is going to have to look at.
Well, he's bringing Haywood in off the bench, and so he recognizes the fact that right now Kwame Brown is being out-muscled by Marcus Fizer, and on the other end, they're also doing a beautiful job of continuing to go to Christian Laettner, except for that possession.
And Corey Blunt with a good tip from behind. Fizer this time had Laettner on him, and it doesn't matter. Fizer with 11 points in this quarter.
He's just too big and strong right now for the young players on the Washington Wizards. He's overpowering them in the middle.
Marcus Fizer, the reason the Bulls have opened up the lead to 10 again. Unbelievable. How about the Nuggets not getting to 60 points?
Well, you know, I looked at that highlight there, and Paul Pierce is penetrating and going through 5 people. Somebody has to step up and play some defense.
Hey, somebody forgot to tell Marcus Fizer it's Michael Jordan's night. He scored 11 points in 2 minutes and 16 seconds.
He's just too big and strong, and Doug Collins had to come with Brendan Haywood off the bench.
Fizer commits the foul this time. A little overly aggressive.
And he just did it with a combination of power and touch in the lane. Did a great job sealing the younger player, Kwame Brown, all of Karl Malone. You know, you look at Karl Malone, he has that kind of seal. Marcus Fizer doing the same thing, using that big body.
And the bench, 42-15 is the advantage right now for the Bulls. Make that 42-18 as Tyronn Lue knocks in a 3.
You know, Tyronn Lue's a guy who can score for you in a hurry now. He has the ability to go outside and knock down threes with efficiency.
Robinson down to Fizer. Still got Kwame Brown guarding him, although he's getting some help from Haywood, and Kwame Brown reached in, overly aggressive, and commits the foul.
Over the top.
Even though he doesn't have a size advantage, he definitely has a strength advantage. And he's using that to overpower the younger players.
That's 5 fouls now on Kwame Brown, and Michelle, Kwame Brown has really been a project for Michael Jordan.
Yeah, I think Jordan was proud of that move right there.
Yeah.
But yes, he said Kwame Brown played so well in his first couple of games this season, but has not regained that form. And if he can, he will play a large role in them getting to the playoffs, John.
A lot of it is a matter of confidence.
Yeah, the best thing that can happen to this young Wizards team is to make it to the playoffs so these young players feel that intensity.
Stackhouse probably would have liked that pass back. He was looking for Tyronn Lue. Fortunate it came back into the hands of the Wizards and Larry Hughes. Stackhouse, Brunson. Into Kwame Brown, and he gets fouled by Corey Blunt.
Shot play on the side.
Yeah, you put these young players, John, you put them in a playoff situation, and all of a sudden the games are twice as physical. Guys are throwing bows, you're getting beat up. Every time you catch a basketball, it forces you to raise your level of intensity, and that's exactly what these young guys need. They need to learn what it's like to have to get in there really in the trenches and battle.
Stackhouse trying to find his way free of Robinson. Ooh, nice move. Stackhouse just gets it on the iron. Wow, I don't know about that one. That might have been goaltending. That looked like it was still on the iron when they knocked it off.
No question about it.
Brunson down to Corey Blunt, and that's as easy 2 deuces as he'll get.
And that's just too easy when you're on the road and you're trying to fight and claw yourself back into a ball game to give up 2 easy points like that.
Larry Hughes ran out of real estate, gets a crowd of white jerseys around him.
3-second violation.
3-second violation.
You see Haywood there trying to get a shot up, gets it blocked. A little overpassing by the Wizards. And you see Michael's reaction. Just going to take a little bit of time. You have to have tons of patience when you're dealing with the younger players.
Michael Jordan returns to the game. Michelle, a special day for MJ.
Yes, John, but there is one person in this building who refuses to believe Jordan is retiring, and that's Bill Cartwright. He said to me before the game, let's face it, is this really his last game here? He's been retiring for 10 years. He compared him, John and Sean, to the Rolling Stones. He said their first farewell tour was in the 80s. That's the perfect comparison, the Rolling Stones.
Jalen Rose knocks that one in. I don't know. Michael looks a lot healthier than Keith Richards.